Alright, hello and welcome back to Battle of Behemoths 3, where now we'll be looking at Quist's warband, an old PvP player. I believe him and I did our first PvP together, and we fought each other together so long ago. He was the Skaven, I think I was the Cult, and I think it was the only match I won. We've both come a long way since then. So here's Quist's playing the Sisters. Um, he has Kate, the matriarch. He was not in the last tournament, so it's good to have him back. Battle Tongue Mastery to go with Order Mastery. Basic Armor Proficient. And then Basic Knowledge of Mordheim. It's one way to get back to 6 while wearing heavy armor. Hardy Mastery for survivability, so she survives with heavy armor and then has Web of Steel. Then she's got Ad Rush, and then she also now, is this the one? No, but he's got it anyway. You can do coordination for the full cost. I guess it's actually going to be 4 SP. Not sure if he's right. So 4 SP coordination. Otherwise, there's a second leader skill you can take that reduces coordination cost down to 2, which would have made it back to 3 for her. But this can be really handy for 2 turning still if you have the SP to get it off. She does get 8, so you can still like Web of Steel and coordinate and then do an order. But this might be hard to do both of these, like orders and coordinations and web and insult. So oof, and then insult. So he might struggle with SP for sure. He might be finding that just from first glance. Kind of Sigmar without any kind of damage buffs is gonna be kind of disappointing, I would think. But he does have Sigmar's Second Wind for recharging the Maiden, and then Healing Circle for healing the team. One-time use, and then Sigmar's Might she starts with. And we go, oh, he has 2 Maiden. This might be the second player besides Paranoia with this Skaven to have 2 impressives. So he's got Sinead. I believe that is the Gaelic version of saying that. She has Sigmar. It's not Sinead. Sigmar's Sight. Born Leader, of course. And then she's got Awareness, Nimble, Mastery. I don't think I've ever seen that taken, but trying to get her speed in line with the rest of the team. And Veteran Mastery. So no Shield Specialist or Serenity, but some melee resistance, but then goes full dodge, I guess, with Mastery Sidestep. Baby Order. Like, this is going to cost the full cost. So she can only do 2 orders. She has Mastery Staggering Blow. So he's playing with initiative, just looking at the first 2 units. And then she recharges with Battle Plan. So she's going to give the Maiden OP with Battle Plan Mastery. This might be one of the first ones I've seen. So that's pretty cool. And then Baby Threaten, Basic Threaten, Free Threaten, which is a free open slot. So she wants to dodge. I wonder if this is enough, though. We've seen a lot of the dodge bypass. I worry she might get hit still, but she does at least have this layer of some melee resistance. And then we can look at the 2. We got Madonna, Tastefully Dressed. That's up 10. Armor Proficient Mastery, you just always have to take to get around the map. She has She has Awareness Mastery. Quick Draw for switching weapons from melee resistance to hitting your ass. And then Anticipation. Oh boy, yep. I was hoping to see one of these. So she can stack melee resistance. And if you're hitting her in heavy armor, you really need to make it count, or between this and Awareness, you're going to find a brutally difficult to kill Maiden. Yeah, there's Divine Revelation, which this is cool. And then Defensive Stance, Mastery. He's got Ad Rush for the quick draws or just to swing 5 times. Plus, you can. Here's the thing with a Maiden: you can keep giving her Battle Plan and Second Wind. It's not nearly as punishing to use OP for swapping weapons at all. That's one of the features that is cool. So I was hoping to see a build like this. Basic Sign of Sigmar, Basic Intimidate, because she Intimidate, mate. She doesn't want to get locked down against the wrong target because she is going to be slightly less hard hitting, but she is still going to be a hard hitting unit that hits a lot. It's kind of the executioner approach I think Griffin took, and I was looking at a lot. Like, you're going to be really hard to kill, but you really are still a threat. Like, you can't not worry about the impressive. And then precise strike mastery. So he really wants to land his hits when he can. Again, less punishing to take special skills on the maiden because she can get so much OP. But this just comes out of the blue. I'll be honest. Like, this one's kind of surprising. I would think you would be taking a daredevil approach. This just kind of feels a little out of place after looking at everything else. Uh, you know, I wasn't going to critique, but here I am. But I am very excited to see this melee resistance kind of build. And that can parry. Like, why not take web? I don't know. Anyway, you could have taken like mastery sign and baby web if you're swapping between. Sinful speech basic she starts with. Then he has the healing circle so she can keep her teammates alive, which only costs 3, right? Because she has the -1 to cost. Divine revelation to give herself range resistance, and then melee. Well, that's the thing, right? This one's going to be very prone to magic. That's another oversight, maybe. And then Sigmar's Might for crits. So that is that extra bit of danger, like 30, like, yeah, 34. That's 44% crit chance. That's not nothing. So she can get crits off. So prone to crits herself and magic. That is definitely how you take her down, though. So if you want to kill her and get past this melee resistance, crit her or cast magic. Yeah, I don't hate Precise Strike. It is good. It's very good. I feel like this is something, maybe we'll see it on the other one. You could take Weak Spot, Daredevil, and then Precise Strike. Really guarantee your hits. He's the first one to take it. And it's funny, I haven't seen Quist in a while. And in the previous tournaments, it was deemed like way overpowered, but then people moved away from it. And it was never changed. So, like with Weak Spot and Precise Strike, like people are like, "Oh my God, your Daredevil hits are always landing." It's like, yeah, but it's costing you 3 OP every time. But the Maiden feels like one that can kind of get away with it with Second Wind. The other one was the Rat Ogre, because the Alacrity and Swift Counter kind of builds. People used it a lot on him with the Black Hunger and stuff. Acrobatic, so she can't flee. This is all for this is the big mama. Strength and toughness. This one hits. Hardy, armor proficient mastery, and resilient. Woof. She's not going to be crits. She has basic ad rush. She has mastery intimidate. This is like our fourth. Is he? Okay, yeah, he's with paranoia, so he might want this one for sure against paranoia. It's cool to see all these intimidates. And then ready stance, he wants to 2-turn you. And then plea, this is to get off a cast, most likely healing. Yeah, better chance to actually cast this heal. So you do a quick plea and then do the healing circle and then threaten, which is pretty common free skill active we're seeing. It gets rid of those swift counter builds. This is ultimately why I didn't take a swift counter build. I think Griffin did, though. Right here. Maybe you can say if he's worried about this or not. With, like, I just thought there'd be too many people to take advantage of it. Sinful speech, she starts with Sigmar's Might again for good crit. He has flails. He's trying to say I'm doing probably, yeah, this is if I'm worried about armor. But again, she could probably get pretty good crit if he wants with that. Comet. This one has Comet. I don't think the other one did. And then the Healing Circle. The other one had Divine Revelation for the melee resistance and ranged. So there you go. It's kind of like Paranoia's in a weird way. He had the Mountain, and then he had that crit build. This one's a melee resist build. So didn't you have Swift Counter? Someone had Swift Counter. I'm sorry if it wasn't you. That was your Executioner. Maybe it was one of the horrors, I guess. Somebody had Swift Counter. Anyway, let's clean this up a little. No, this. We'll look at these next. It's their key to the warband, really. Nina, she's got hardy, resilient, mastery again. He's worried about the crit. It's funny. I think Quist had a crit build in Bob too that he beat me with. Oh, that match. Oh, I'll never forget it. And then now he's worried about his own old build, so it's pretty cool to see what people remember and whatnot. So she actually has absolute faith mastery. So here we go. Because, like, this is anemic. She must have something on. Yeah, you can always go pendant and get it up a little more. So he's got the mastery, absolute faith. And she becomes a backup route test taker, perhaps, too. Knowledge of Mordheim. Again, I don't know how much this matters if you're casting. It just seems like a weird choice again to me. If you're a caster, well, she's not. She's not casting any comments, so never mind. But if you're just doing second wins and stuff, who cares if you failed your fear and terror, would be what I'd say. But she is a big hitter, so maybe he does want her getting in when the time is right. Basic ad rush, basic insult, exploit positioning. So to be able to have better hit chance, Paranoia took the basic version on his warp guards. And then finally a Righteous Fury. We haven't seen this at all. I used it a lot last tournament and was told it was very powerful. So there's your first Righteous Fury. We did see a mastery though. Well, that was Zeto, right? And then I'm like, please finish making your warband. I keep getting confused because he didn't even use the books. I don't know if you guys saw that from last night. But like he didn't use the magic or abilities. I'm like, please use the books and look at this a little bit. So he's rebuilding his. And then guidance, in case you meet that demonette. So he did have the Sigmar second wind. He does have Sinful Speech, and we've talked about how this will actually be powerful in Battle Behemoths, I feel. It only prevents spellcasting, though. It doesn't prevent order. It's important to note. And then the Healing Circle again. A lot of emphasis on Healing Circles here to keep the Maiden alive. She starts with Blessing of Athleticism. Let's see if this one casts. Yeah, there's Devotion. Veteran Mastery to unlock some stats. It's pretty big. 19, 20, and 19. That's good stuff. She like sneakily is really good, like at combat, but no one ever thinks of her that way. And it's cool to see Mork using her in combat, and it looks like maybe Quist is too. Everyone's so worried about her inability to disengage, but like I don't know. I think people think of purifiers as frail little things, but they can really truly fucking get in combat. Maybe that's just my own mind, but they're definitely more like wolf priests in my opinion. They're probably like the second best like fighting mage after wolf priest, to be quite honest, if we don't think about vampires or improved prayer for the resistance bypass, which again, and even Mork said this and then he took it. Yeah, her disengage is killing people just like the Marauder. I think this is probably like the least useful skill in a Sister's Warband because of the hammers, but it does matter. I mean, you don't hit on turn one, right? So it gives you some use. But I think like the increased spellcasting distance might be better. Overall, I don't know. Hardy Mastery. I mean, it's splitting hairs, but it's okay. Hardy Mastery, and then she has Plea Mastery. So it really wants to. So this is interesting. So you don't have to take like Rosary or Drought of Concentration. He has one now anyway. But if she's jaw struck, she could just kind of plea her way out of it, but really have really big curse chances. But that's definitely to get off the Healing Circle. Web of Steel. So again, he doesn't mind getting in melee, Ad Rush, and then Guidance and Intensity. And this one, of course, then now has Comets, Second Wind again, and then Healing Circle. All right, that's the Purifiers and the Matriarch we've seen. And then so we've seen all the casters. Did I look at both? Sigmar's Might, Divine Revelation. Yeah, I looked at hers. It's hard to remember these casts sometimes. And I said Comets instead. And then another Sisters player coming to the exact same conclusion that Superiors and Smugglers are pretty trash relative So we got Alanis Morissette here. She's got Veteran Mastery to get some stats up. Armor Proficient Basic with the Knowledge of Mordheim. The one way sisters kind of have to get there now to be able to wear heavy armor, especially this superior, to be able to crawl into combat. Hardy Mastery, and then Resilient. So a basic tank, and then she starts with 4 Sigmar. She's got the Ad Rush basic. Now this one now has Frenzy though, so some magic resistance for the first time. Though again, I don't want to be cruel, but I'd almost like to see this magic resistance in here too. Maybe he wants it for damage, to be honest, but the Sister's Protection of Sigmar, and then maybe just take a luck rune. But I guess he could take a warding rune, but the 20% from the basic is better than the 10% from the resilient, if that makes sense. Like this can be replaced by luck, but the 20% of magic resistance can't be replaced by warding. It can for a great weapon, but you only get 10% for a single hander, right? So maybe, I don't know. I think you guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, Frenzy Mastery, Ignore Pain. So just a tanky unit, but again, prone to magic. He's very prone to magic. Meditation, basic. Which is ironic because it's the sisters. You'd think they'd be one of the teams you just don't take magic resistance against. You can always chug a talisman though. So this is a truly ranged smuggler. Keep you honest. He has quick reload, sharpshooter, basic. Oh, that is rough, but it is a crit build. That is slow to build though. He does have the fine tuning, which just comes right off the get-go. So you're gonna get like 6% if you. But he's probably, yeah, he's got sniper shots. So you're not gonna take a lot of shots, but it will slowly tick up. Slowly, very slow, like minimal, because it's only 2 turns. And then deep wounds for when the crit lands. So this is a scary build actually. Sniper shot. Ad rush. I think to get 2 of these off, right? Because they're going to cost 5. So you just ad rush, get a second one. This is get the fuck off me. I didn't want to get walled. And then he took quick recovery. I don't know if I touched on that. I think I thought it was her passive. Quick recovery to get these where he wanted them. 1 off. Oof. Maybe he just didn't want the deep wounds mastery. So when she crits you, it will hurt. So he took the crit right off the bat, not the extra damage one. Carnage. And then the henchman. Amy the Novice. She's got quick recovery for increasing, I guess, weapon skill to 20. Resilient. Nerves of Steel. Yet again, the incrimination of the sisters version. And Avoid. I mean, this is pathetic to me that people keep taking this over the other one. Sidestep, Jaw Strike, Ad Rush, and then again, a minor Righteous Fury, which is really good on novices because either you miss and gain 20 dodge or you've taken away an OP. I think this should be standard on every novice. It's only 5%, but like, why not? The reward's great. If you land it, the reward's great. If you don't, it just seems like a really good skill. And then Threaten to make an impressive attack her instead of something more important. Okay, they're all a bit different. The passives are the same. Billy, Quick Recovery, Resilient, Avoid, Nerves of Steel with the Sidestep. Now she has Insult, Ad Rush, Staggering Blow, Threaten. So a little different. So that's cool. I want to see builds that are a little different. You pick which you like, which worked for you, what you need in that battle. This one's now looking more of a dodge, pure dodge, right? The other ones have Avoid, Resilient, Hardy, Tracker. Oh my fucking god. I've never seen a unit this quick. Sidestep, the Vagina of Swiftness for more dodge. Exhaustion to get around. Ready Stance, because this is... because this isn't enough, I guess. And then Prowl, to be able to get in the position to ambush and then get to die. Sorry, I can't. In case someone's faster, you can now use ready stance and jump them. In turn order, what are you doing, Quist? Tracy, she should have concussion at this point. No, she does. I mean, look, he really wants to get it on the impressive. I mean, some impressives can get a little fast, and to be fair, like some crazy undead can stack this with the humble servant. I could see a little bit of the logic, or like a demonette. I don't know. Like, it's definitely not going to ever be the slowest unit. Fuck, it could walk on the horn rat's bath and still be faster than everyone. Um, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay. And then we got Melanie. Okay, this is a chonky one. Here we go. We got armor proficient, resist corruption, which I think is a good choice. It's free if you have a slot. Again, I think this is so pathetically anemic, and I hope he ups this in the mod. Um, so yeah, you can get your repentance up. So it's not great, but if you pray, you can get a decent number. Knowledge of Mordheim for more movement, resilience for crit resistance, the Web of Steel. Oh, that is. How did he get that? It's got to be the Shield of Aegis. That's a big number. What am I missing? Doesn't that seem huge? I guess that's what it gets to at 20, huh? What am I missing? That's 100. Where's the other 40 coming from? What am I missing? Is there like a bug? Twenty times 5 is 100. 100. 20 times 5 is 100. The shield adds 20. So you're 120. What am I missing? Why is it 140? I'm very confused. Tell me I'm not crazy, right? Oh, yeah. Thank you. There's that Aegis helmet. Okay. Wow. Okay. Why does this give 20, but the other one fucking 10 then? I'm so confused. That's kind of stupid, isn't it? I'm getting distracted here. But there's a dodge one that only gives 10. Why wouldn't it give 20? Okay. Anyway. Thank you. Web of Steel. Man, you can get crazy numbers without it taking the skill. Add Rush Basic, Kidney Strike Basic, Meditation, and then Jaw Strike. It's funny, I think you had these exact same ones. I am guessing this is for the Smuggler, because I don't think I've seen a Daredevil build otherwise. Or maybe just general utility. Yeah, I haven't seen a single Daredevil build otherwise, so maybe it's for the Smuggler sniper shots. Nina. Nene. Veteran. Strider with Mighty Charge, so that's fun to see again. Look at that. Hardy. Resilient. Add Rush. Insult. Meditation. And Intimidate again. So I don't know if that's even for her. It might just be to help. Sometimes you take it on the henchman, go into combat, and try to get the thing off of the impressive as well. So that's why you can take it on a unit like this. But she probably doesn't want him on them either because she wants to keep Mighty Charging. So that's cool. If you, especially if you sniper shot someone and then this Mighty charges in, you're in trouble. So it's like a lesser version of Ask Kevin, who went like balls to the wall with Daredevil and Frenzy, and this is like the baby version. With a little more survivability. Tina with Veteran, Knowledge of Mordheim. Again, Resist Corruption, Hardy, Meditation, Exhaustion, Web of Steel, Jaw Strike, Add Rush. So he does have like slightly different variants of each. 2 Jaw Strikes. There were some in here too. Expect to see a lot of Jaw Strikes. So there's Quist Warband.